If we could start to get settled, it would be wonderful. Thank you. I want to welcome everyone to Wagner College and to this very auspicious occasion of penning, one of our few symbolic ceremonies that we still do have in nursing, and I want to congratulate all of our second degree grads. We just are so proud of you and of our faculty and staff. We have a wonderful surprise and treat tonight, and I know he's very busy, but President Guarasci, both President Guarasci and our new Provost are here for penning, and he would like to say a few words.
Good evening, and thank you for letting me say just a word or two. I wasn't on your schedule to be here today. I'm scheduled to be on 68th Street and Madison Avenue in about 45 minutes, so I've got to skedaddle out of here. But I just wanted to say congratulations to all of you, because this is a moment in your lives, and it's a moment in the lives of our communities and in your families. So I wanted to personally just be able to say that to you. You may have heard me say this in the past. The nursing program is not only a stellar program at Wagner and has such a wonderful national and local reputation. Witness the fact that whenever anyone I've known who's gone to a hospital in this area and has let it be known that they're Wagner identified in some way, immediately 8,000 people run to them and say, I graduated from Wagner, I'm on the nursing staff here, and take exceptional care of people. But they have just a wonderful reputation, earned reputation. And it's not just simply a nursing program. That would be spectacular enough. It's a leadership program. And I can tell you from the kind of training that you've had, the kind of education you've had here, the folks that you are, and the positions you'll be put in, many of you will be in charge of significant numbers of other people shortly, before you realize it. You will be in charge of others because you have developed the abilities to collaborate together, to set very specific goals, to have very high assessment protocols, to do revision and reflection, and move to higher levels of performance. And that's leadership in a nutshell, whatever business or field that you're in. So I want to just congratulate you. I can only say the best about our faculty and our staff here at Wagner in the nursing program. It goes back to 1940, so it's over 60 years old. It started as a response to World War II, what we could do in support of American troops and the American effort to bring freedom to the rest of the world, and it hasn't stopped since then. And now, of course, it's the Evelyn Spiro School of Nursing. We hope soon to be added the Doctor of Nursing practice to this array of degrees that we have, and I have full confidence we will. But I just want to congratulate you and your families for this wonderful moment.
Can you hear me? Okay. Thank you again so much, Dr. Guarasci. Dr. Guarasci has always been so supportive of nursing and helped us start our Upper Division program so that you, the second degree students, could have a second degree program. And it began in 2004, and it has been stellar. You all are just cream of the crop, and you choose this profession with purpose because you obviously have degrees in other disciplines, and you made the conscious effort to come back to academia and study nursing. So with that, I will now, oh, and I also want to add something because Jane DeFazio, Professor Jane DeFazio is on the agenda. She has chosen, since we had an extra speaker, not to speak, but I just want to recognize her as the new undergraduate director officially. And also to give a special thank you to Joan and Maria and Fran for putting together the penning ceremony, and also Lauren. You did such a great job. It's quite beautiful. And for the students, you worked really hard. I'd like to introduce Dr. Lily McNair. She's our new provost, and just just a wonderful leader already. This is her first penning ceremony, I believe. And as I said, it's all so special because nurses always have their pens. And actually, Dr. Evelyn Spiro, for whom the school is named, just requested another pen, and we just mailed her one. And I just heard from her daughter yesterday, and she said, my mom just got it, and she loves it. And she also had an invitation to the penning ceremony. So with that, Dr. McNair.
Good afternoon, good evening, everybody. It's indeed my pleasure and honor to speak to you tonight as you receive your pins, and to family members and friends, to welcome you to Wagner College in this spectacular celebration of your loved ones' achievements. It is such an honor for me to be here tonight. This is my first pinning ceremony, and so it means this is the first time that in my position as provost, I have the opportunity and privilege to say congratulations to a graduating class. And I'm thrilled to be congratulating you. As a clinical psychologist, I know what it means to make the sacrifices that you do to help others. I'm so proud of all of you for making the decision to go into this field and to come back for your second degree. I know the kinds of sacrifices all of you have made, both on behalf of your work responsibilities, your family responsibilities, putting all of your excellence into your second degree. I know what it takes in terms of your clinical responsibilities, reading the books, going to classes, going to the sim labs, and so forth, because you're not preparing to get a degree, you're being prepared to go on and serve others. And lives depend on your expertise, on your knowledge, your commitment, and your passion. I am so proud of this decisions all of you have made. This is not a moment to be taken lightly. You're going to go forth with your pen, and it's going to change the way you think about yourself. I recall the first penning ceremony I went to in 1978. My best friend from college graduated from Helene School of Nursing in Trenton, New Jersey. I went to college nearby, so she went through nursing school and I went to college together. And when I went to that penning ceremony, I remember that feeling of awe and pride that I had in her, knowing all that she went through. Because when you're going through school together, you talk to your friends, you talk to your classmates from college, you say, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing. I was just in a chemistry lab or in a biology lab, and she was working with patients in hospitals and clinics. Now she's a certified nurse midwife. She's tops in her field. Whenever I have a question about health or medicine or the healthcare access, I go to her because she knows what she's doing. When I'm in the hospital, I know I can always talk to the people who come to the bedside, who are the nurses, who will tell me things the doctors may not tell me. But I know that all of you are part of a very important healthcare team. I appreciate all that you do. I encourage you to keep up your excellence in everything that you do. You represent us so beautifully. I've only been here 5 months, but whenever I'm in the community and I meet people, invariably I meet somebody who graduated from the School of Nursing at Wagner, or who has a family member who graduated, or who wants to come back to Wagner as soon as we start our Doctorate of Nursing Practice program. So you know about the stellar reputation of the Wagner Evelyn Spiro School of Nursing. There's a lot of expertise and compassion and energy that our splendid faculty put into the program. You represent us well. We look forward to hearing all about your successes in the future. We look forward to seeing you out in the field. And let me add my personal heartfelt congratulations to all that you have done. And I wish you well as you begin this wonderful holiday season with the Evelyn Spiro School of Nursing pin on your lapel. Congratulations.
So you see why we chose her here at Wagner. Wonderful speaker, too. and a good leader. Before I go any further, I'd also like to thank our very own Lee Manchester, who is filming, who is taking pictures and so forth. Like to recognize our faculty, if they'd be so kind as to stand. We have adjunct and full-time faculty here tonight. I think you should give them a big round of applause, along with Dr. Alan Guarasci, who teaches history. And I forgot another important person, Myra Garcia. Thank you for coming. Myra heads up the foundation office in Reynolds House, and we so much appreciate, she's one of our vice presidents, so we feel very honored to have all of these folks here tonight. If I forgot any Wagner people, please wave or ask for recognition or hide, whatever the case may be. But we do want to thank you for coming. And anyone in the back, please feel free to come on down and take a seat, okay? And join us. Before I announce the student speaker, I do want to just give you a little bit of history on the Nightingale Pledge. I usually try to talk about something, a current event in nursing, but often I think that people come without any background in nursing and they may not know why we do the pledge. Physicians take the Hippocratic Oath. Nurses recite the Florence Nightingale Pledge. And why Florence Nightingale? Well, she happens to be one of my heroines as well, but she was a very famous nurse, very wealthy British nurse who was born, I think, about 100 years before her time. She's named Florence because she was born on her parents' cruise on their honeymoon in Florence, Italy. Needless to say, her parents were wealth. They did not like at the time that she wanted to do nursing. But eventually she won over governments and actually was, targeted to go out to the Crimean War, which is now Turkey, and do statistics on the troops. She might be the mother of biostatistics or epidemiology in some regards. It's thought that she might have helped save that war by helping keep the troops healthy. She was pretty spectacular in many ways, a very futuristic thinker. And so she really felt that nursing should be formalized as a profession. And she established really the first nursing school and really is credited with establishing the discipline of nursing, also known as Lady with the Lamp. And so we also do the Florence Nightingale Pledge with candlelight. And it is very meaningful. And so she died in 1910, but she lived to be 90 years old. And she was quite a character. So someday you may wish to read about her. But I just thought you might have a little bit of history on why we do still honor that little bit of symbolic gesture here. Okay, so now, without further ado, Melissa has been chosen by her comrades as the student speaker.
Just going to use my notes. Good evening, fellow graduates, dearest family, friends, devoted faculty. Thank you all so much for coming to celebrate this evening with us here tonight. It's my privilege to speak to you today, and I thank the graduating class for choosing me. Thank you so much. It's an honor. I tried desperately to think of what I could say today, something I could offer, a word of wisdom. And I too thought of Florence Nightingale. On our very first day of class, we learned the importance of Florence Nightingale and her work. And even though it's been 150 years since she served as a nurse, I think that her thoughts and her service are still very valid to us today. Florence Nightingale said, "Were there none who were discontented with what they have, the world would never reach anything better." Were none of us who are graduating today discontented with our previous degrees or jobs, we wouldn't be here today. We wouldn't be here working towards something different, looking for a different purpose in our lives. A day that 15 months ago seemed like an eternity. 15 months ago, we walked onto this campus, nervous but excited to learn and become part of a truly honorable profession. We had our doubts and our worries, but we came with the deeply rooted belief that with hard work, we would be given the opportunity to make a real difference for people when they needed help the most. And hard work it was. Over the last 15 months, we have endured hours of reading, studying for exams, writing papers, and working with patients during our clinical hours. We went from practicing our assessments on each other in the NRC to working on real patients independently in the hospital. We developed close friendships with each other and with mentorial relationships with members of the staff. We met inspiring people, not only here at the school, but at the hospital. And most importantly, we learned and we grew. While all our professors have helped us during this process, we just wanted to specifically thank Professor Jane DeFazio and NRC Director Joan Amelia. Thank you so much. You were so kind and generous to our group. Thank you. In closing, I just want to come back to Florence Nightingale and her belief. It is my hope, and I know that I speak for all of you when I say this, that as we enter this profession, we help to make the world a better place for every patient that it is our privilege that we get to work with. To the faculty, we say thank you. Thank you for helping to give us this unique opportunity. To our family and friends, we say thank you for your love, your patience, and your support. To my fellow graduates, I say good luck now and in everything you do in the future. Congratulations, we made it.
And of course, Melissa wouldn't tell you, but she was in the Peace Corps. And her husband is here tonight that she met in the Peace Corps, and they have a little child together, and they're going back to Micronesia soon. So we have lots of talent and rich background with this group, and you all will just do well, no matter where you end up practicing. I would now like to introduce a hallmark of our faculty, Dr. Lauren O'Hare, who teaches the capstone course and always is counted on to manage penning and knows what she's doing, and so I'm going to turn it over to her.
We're now going to present the candidates for pinning, and we'll have everybody be coming up one by one.
Are you ready? Lights. Jane Willis' sister.
Before I call the names, I just must clarify why I chose not to speak. This is the time in my life where I think it's whenever I feel emotions that overtake me or overpower me, a particular time in my life, I just can't get through the words. So you've all touched me in such a way that I can't even express. You're wonderful, each and every one of you worked so hard. I think I've gotten to know each and every one of you very well. I'm very proud, and with that being said, I will start to call the names. Congratulations from me. Heather Arnold.
Good?
Hold on.
Oh, one more.
Maybe look here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Erin Collier-Hartman.
And 1 and 2.
Michael Diomede, RN.
Hold on. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Alexander Dubrovsky.
Look here.
Thank you.
Elsie Ekpo.
Okay. 2 shots. 1.
Brownson Irondi.
Okay. And
Then Jawin. Loesch. Lisette Lorenzi. Jessica Magniccari. Kate McAvoy. Dina Miller. Erin Nihill. Prato. Miguel Santiago. Skop-Bualway. Ulyanova. Wagner. Michelle VanSchyndel. Big rounds of applause for the graduating class.
We would like to call all of the graduates up so we can begin the candle lighting ceremony. So can you please come up to the center? Once I get it, nobody comes in. Right here.
That's the pledge.
And we will now recite the Nightingale Pledge together. Okay, the Florence Nightingale Pledge. I solemnly pledge myself before God and in the presence of this assembly to practice my profession faithfully. I will do all in my power to maintain and elevate the standards of my profession. I will hold in confidence all personal matters committed to my keeping and all family matters coming to my knowledge and my practice. With integrity, I will endeavor to devote myself to the welfare of those committed to my care. Congratulations to everyone.
Thank you all and congratulations. It's official. We hope to add to the 100% second degree banners down in the lab. So study, 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 but we love you anyway. I also want to recognize our adjunct faculty standing in the back who were furiously doing grades from pharmacology exam that just occurred in here. So thank you for coming. You could have come down, but we're glad you stayed. And I also want to invite all of you to come back to our Nursing Resource Lab in Campus Hall. There's a lovely reception that Maria and Joan have created for you down there. So feel free to have some food before all of you end up probably going out to dinner together anyway.
Thank you. That was a fantastic job. Thank you. Our ceremony is closed for now. We all would really appreciate it if you come over and join us in the Nursing Resource Center for some refreshments.